everybody. Welcome to this episode of TheBeerChasers. I'm Preston. We're joined once again by Nate Paul. Nate, how's it going?
All holly jolly.
Alright, so here we have part 2 of our 2015 seasonal beer tastings. Nate, tell them what we got.
We have Ommegang's Lovely Dark and Deep and Unibroue's La Resolution.
Yeah, so somehow Ommegang always sneaks its way into our Christmas tastings.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah, and then Unibroue, one of my favorite breweries, never seen this one, super excited to try it.
Oh, it sounds tasty.
Alright, you ready to go?
Oh, definitely.
Let's drink some beer. Lovely Dark and Deep is a winter seasonal oatmeal stout brewed by the Ommegang Brewery. The beer is stated to have deep roasted aromas, coffee with cream and chocolate notes, with the yeast providing a light fruit and spice character. It has an ABV of 5.3%, an IBU of 50, Beer Advocate rates it at 90, Rate Beer rates it at 85. Alright, so up first we have Ommegang's Lovely Dark and Deep Oatmeal Stout. Let's go for the rating, look at the appearance. Really dark, nice tight little brown bubbly head.
Yeah, it has brown around the edges, and almost close to a pitch black in the center because no light is coming through that guy.
Yeah, it's a beautiful looking beer. It makes me want to drink it. I say 5 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm giving 5 out of 5 because it's been a little bit and the head is still holding on strong. This looks beautiful.
Alright, let's go for the smell. Definitely pick up some of that oatmeal kind of stouty flavor, or smell I should say. Not getting any kind of spicing or anything like that, but definitely a sweet smelling beer.
Yeah, no, I'm getting that oatmeal, but I'm actually getting like a little hint of that Christmas spice to it, which makes it even more exciting to do the tasting part later.
Yeah, I think maybe because you're telling me and I'm kind of smelling it now, but I do pick up a little bit. Maybe again it's just suggestive thinking there, but
honestly it's almost like a oatmeal cookie with these Christmas spices on it. That
okay.
sort of thing going on.
I can see that. For the smell, it smells nice. I mean, really dark, really kind of rich, sweet kind of smell for a Christmas beer. Makes me excited. I'd say 4 out of 5.
Yeah, no, I like the 4 out of 5. It's definitely, with each smell, I start to salivate more, so yeah.
Well, the best part, the taste. Cheers.
Cheers.
Interesting, that's nice.
Very good.
It kind of has a couple stages there. It kind of starts off slightly sweet oatmeal, then I kind of got like the kind of bitterness in the middle, and then now that it finishes, it's really bringing out kind of like that cookie kind of flavor you're talking about.
For me, what I got from it, that like you said, is that oatmeal right up front. I got some of those. I think the bitterness you taste for me was more of those spices to it.
Okay.
And then as it was finishing out, it was almost like a nice roasted coffee.
Yeah.
So it almost like Christmas breakfast going on here.
Yeah, for sure. Again, I don't get much of the spice, just like in the smell. For me, it's coming across as kind of like a bitterness, or I don't call it astringency, or kind of a hop vegetable kind of. The hops can kind of get vegetative if they're not done quite correctly.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of getting more of that flavor than I am spice, but still a really decent tasting beer.
Yeah, I'm like either way. I'm enjoying the hell out of this thing.
Yeah, I think for the style, what it is, I'd go 4 out of 5.
Actually, I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to go for 5 out of 5 with this guy.
Cool. What do you think about the mouthfeel?
It actually feels really nice. Like it's not too thick, it's not too heavy. It's very easily drank, but it still has the body there that you'd expect from a beer like this.
Yeah, I think it's medium body. Again, the mouthfeel, it kind of sticks around as long as you want it. It's not a big, thick, cloying, coating, sweet kind of beer, but it's medium.
You don't feel like you need a glass of water in between sips of this thing. Like with a lot of those Imperials or something bigger like that, you definitely feel like you need to wash it away as you're drinking. This one, perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's definitely on the lower end of that kind of oatmeal stout. It's very low ABV. Mouthfeel, I'd go 4.5 out of 5.
I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna go 5 again.
All right. So overall, where's it gonna put the beer for you?
For me, I think it got up to. I got 3 5s and a 4, so I'll go up to a 4.5.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in that 4.25, 4.5 range. Really good oatmeal stout. Definitely brings enough of the seasoned Christmas kind of flavors to it fall right in that range of Christmas beer.
Yeah, and like I said, having that end of a nice roasted coffee makes it very enjoyable for have it be your breakfast beer or even the end of the night kind of beer.
All right, awesome. So there you have it. That's the Lovely Dark and Deep. La Resolution is a strong dark ale from the Unibroue brewery. The beer is stated to be a perfect balance between spicy, caramel, and roasted malt flavors, complemented by a nice roundness and persistent finish. It has an ABV of 10%, an IBU of 21, Beer Advocate rates it at 90, Rate Beer rates it at 99. Alright, so next we have La Resolution. Let's go for the rating, look at the appearance. Had a nice bit of head to it. What color would you call this?
I think you have a nice like reddish brown coming through.
Yeah, almost kind of maroonish, I would say. I know that's probably not the SRM color scale, but yeah, nice tight white head, probably a two-finger head.
Yeah.
Has died down, but it's definitely persisting. Looks nice.
Looks very pretty to me.
Appearance, what do you want to rate it?
I'm going to rate the appearance 4.5.
4.5 as well. Let's go for the smell. There's that classic Unibroue kind of Belgian weedy kind of, not weedy, but witty kind of
witty
smell.
weedy?
Yeah, witty. Very characteristic. I think they literally use it in every beer. I mean, they might have some sub-strains that, that are cousins or whatever, the original strain, but definitely very characteristic Belgian Unibroue flavor.
Yeah, you like you said, you definitely smell that Belgian kind of weediness to it, but...
Are you picking up any of the spices, that kind of gingerbread that it mentions?
The spices I'm not picking up, but I am picking up that almost that caramelly sweetness that we get.
So we want to rate the smell.
I'm going to stick with my 4.5.
I'll go 3.5. I wish there was a little more of the spice that they talk about. I do pick up some of that caramel you're talking about, but it's not super pungent, not super strong. As usual for these beers, that Unibroue yeast is just taking over and kind of doing its thing, which isn't a bad thing. It smells nice.
Washing over.
Yeah, but not for the Christmas, New Year's La Resolution kind of smell. So best part, the taste.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Interesting. It's not like super strong, like a Belgian strong dark, like you would expect.
Yeah.
You do get some of that kind of tartness from that yeast, their yeast strain. It's kind of a mishmash of a couple things. It almost tastes to me like a little bit. Have you had their fruit beers, the Ephemers? It's almost like they blended the cranberry Ephemere with one of their golden strong. Or I'm sorry, the golden or dark strongs.
It wasn't even the cranberry taste, but it's almost a bit of fig. See that I was hoping for like that caramel they're talking about. So I'm like went to that for that, but what I got out of it was more of that classic Belgian yeasty kind of flavor to it. But then this hit of fig I got in it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I catch the fig. Again, big hit of their yeast. I mean, you always get that flavor, which works well with a lot of their beers. Not all of them, though. Again, to me, this is a perfect blend of like one of their Ephemere beers and their dark strong ales. You put them together. I don't get much gingerbread. I don't get any kind of other spicing at all.
No.
If it's there, it's definitely not the star.
Like I have a little bit the hint of that spice like on the back end, but it's a hint. And just because I'm thinking about it and we're talking about it, if I was just drinking this and enjoying myself, I probably wouldn't have noticed it.
What do you want to rate the taste?
I'm going to rate the taste at a 3.5.
Okay. I'm going to go 2.75. I think it's a little underwhelming for what I was expecting. What you read on the bottle, one of your famous quotes, if you're going to talk about it, it better be there. And I'm not really getting what they're talking about necessarily. Not a terrible beer, so I'm going to mark it down just a little bit. Based on style, I think overall for the beer, I'd rate it like a 3 or 3.25, but because it should be a Christmas spiced kind of beer, I'm not getting that. I'm going to knock it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Like the only Christmas thing I got out of the flavor was this fig that I'm finding that you might not, so you might not even find anything Christmas about this. So I'm going to go with a 3.
Okay, going to go back down to a 3 now?
Yeah.
All right. For mouthfeel, I think it's a little thin.
Thin?
Surprisingly, for the style, I expect it to be a little thicker than it is. Being a dark, strong, kind of holiday beer, it's 10%, it's festive. I'd want it to kind of be a little thicker. It is almost a swallow and gone. I mean, you do get some flavor afterwards, but it is pretty light and crispish almost. Yeah. As crisp as 10% it's going to be.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I'm glad you brought the 10%, because at the 10%, it doesn't have the burn you almost kind of expect, that kind of the heavy, kind of that little alcohol kick that you kind of expect out of a 10% beer. It doesn't really have that. So that makes it a little bit of a positive.
Sure.
But for the mouthfeel, like you're saying, there's not a lot of linger there. There's not a lot to think about, not a lot to work with.
Yeah, so what do you want to rate the mouthfeel?
Mouthfeel, 2.5.
Yeah, I'd agree, 2.5. It misses the mark, I think, in just about every way. Not terrible, but again, we're going to have to knock it a couple points there just because it's not at that 3. It's not what we expect.
Yeah.
So overall, where's that going to put La Resolution?
If not 2.5 and 3. Like, I'm right in between those two.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think it tiptoes up to a 3. I think the redeeming character is a nice smell.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and the appearance. You know,
Yeah.
it looked pretty nice. Had a nice bit of color to it. Other than that, I think it misses the mark just a little bit everywhere. Just enough to bring it down. 3, maybe 2.9999. You know.
Okay, I can work with that. Yeah, 999.
Yeah, almost a 3.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. That's La Resolution. All right, with those tastings complete, that's going to wrap up this episode of the Beer Chasers. So we started with Ommegang's Lovely Dark and Deep.
Lovely Dark and Deep. We actually enjoyed that pretty much. Got pretty decent marks. I liked it.
Yeah, so we talk about beer chasing. Would you pick this one up again if you saw it in the store?
Yes. Yes, I would.
I think I might. I'd get one bottle, maybe put it in a mix 6. Not sure if I'd get a full 4 or 6 pack of it.
Yeah, honestly, I'd probably grab myself a full 4. You know, there's a couple breakfasts I'd like to have.
Okay. Would you go to the brewery 2 hours away specifically for this beer?
2 hours away? Sure. Why not?
I think that's where I stop. I don't know if I would. I don't think it was that special enough to where it'd warrant a special trip to the brewery just for that beer.
Yeah.
So would you drive 6 hours across state lines for this beer? Okay. So then we had La Resolution.
No. Just kind of no. In general, no. Like everything we wanted from it, everything we were hoping from it was just no.
Yeah, I found out a couple Unibroue beers. You know, as much as I like that brewery, that yeast just doesn't work with every style of beer.
Yeah, especially when that yeast is something that's going to be strong enough to cover up anything you were hoping for and looking for from a beer.
Yeah, so would you pick this one up again if you saw it in the store?
No.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't either. As much as I like them, not sure I'd give this one a chance. Maybe, let me ask a question on this one. Do you think this beer would improve with age at all? Do you think any of that bite might, mellow it out a little bit? I know you're kind of into aging beers.
Yeah, okay. I'd usually say yes, but when we said at the end with that 10%, you didn't taste that bite. So there wasn't anything you really needed to mellow out. So if anything, this is going to become even more lackluster. It's going to become even weaker, and it'd be even more no.
All right. Well, I guess like we said, those tastes complete. That's going to wrap up the episode. You don't always get a home run, but half the fun is going to bat and giving it a shot.
Yeah.
Nate, thanks so much. Appreciate it. That's going to wrap up the Christmas special beers for this year. Hope to see you all next year. Until then, I'm Preston. This is Nate. We're the Beer Chasers. We'll see you later.
Beer is good. Beer is good. Beer is good. And stop. Beer is good. Beer is good. Beer is good. Let's go drink some beer.